Hey everybody. Good afternoon. It is time to take a look at things, and I was setting up a regular briefing, and sure enough, we got us a severe thunderstorm warning here. So let's go ahead and take a dive in. We're still sorting through things, but wanted to at least jump on here and bring that warning up. So that severe thunderstorm warning includes parts of Rapides and Vernon Parish, and let me see if that clips a little bit. Yeah, that does clip a little bit of northern Allen Parish. Okay. So everything is kind of coming together right now, and that's a big old storm coming out of Vernon Parish. Sorry, I'm just setting everything up here. But I figured while everybody was joining here in on the stream, we would do this. But it looks like we have a nice chunk of people here. Already hearing some thunder here in Alexandria at my house. I had a little shower run through here. Well, thunderstorm, I guess, since I heard the thunder. But yeah, okay, I think I've got everything going now. That is your look at radar right now, and let's zoom in. These red parishes and counties in Texas, those are under a tornado watch, and that tornado watch, I believe, goes until 10. So that is there. There's your warning, and that warning text, let's see if this is, let's see. Severe covers Fort Johnson, but not Alexandria. This cell did have a gust of 47 miles per hour out of it. So that has happened already. We've already had wind gusts near 50. Wouldn't take much to get that to the severe criteria over 58 miles per hour. So the severe thunderstorm warning is for western Rapides and for pretty much all of Vernon Parish, northeastern Allen, and northeastern Newton County in southeastern Texas. This severe thunderstorm was located near Burr Ferry, near Toledo Bend Dam. Ooh, just moving everything here. Okay. There we go. All right, and then that is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and the potential for quarter-size hail. This includes areas like Oakdale, Leesville, Rose Pine, Boyce, Anacoco, Elizabeth, Slagle, Toledo Bend Dam, Heinzton, Lena, Fort Johnson, Pitkin, Nulano, Hornbeck, Hutton, Flatwoods, Otis, Elmer, Kurthwood, and Seeper. So if you heard your town called off there, expect a pretty loud storm to come through here. This thing is packed with lightning, and I think this is going to mainly be a damaging wind threat and perhaps a marginal hail threat as it moves on toward the east. And you can see this, should it hold together, we could see this extended into include Alexandria and Woodworth here in a bit. But for now, this storm is charging eastward through Vernon Parish. You see the southeasterlies feeding into this, moisture feeding up there, and we have some pretty stout storm activity going on right now. So let's take a look at a couple other products while we are all here. There we go. All right. Oops, got to use this hand. There we are. Okay, so thunderstorms ongoing. Now, one thing I am noticing here is we have not seen a ton of activity really get cranked up in southwest Louisiana just yet. This line here that moved out of Texas, this has been where the strongest activity is. You can see, actually, if I zoom in here, you see that outflow coming off of that? These storms are kind of riding along that. We have those southerlies coming over that, a lot of convergence near the surface, creating new thunderstorms, and these thunderstorms are actually now developing out ahead of that outflow as well. So this is where everything's going to kind of come together, and it looks like I had said earlier, Avoyelles, Rapides, Vernon, Beauregard, Allen, Evangeline, St. Landry, that's where our highest threat for excessive rainfall is going to be. Our high risk for flash flooding includes most of Vernon and Beauregard Parish, but that could move a little further east overnight as well. So thunderstorms coming together pretty much as expected, a little faster than I was hoping we would see these today. But yeah, you can see that line stretches way out into Texas. Let me go ahead and you can see actually the tornado watch butts up against a severe thunderstorm watch out that way. Let's go with our national radar. This is going to allow me to see further back out west. And let me declutter a little bit here. Lightning's gone. Okay, we'll keep the warnings and watches up. But you see thunderstorms stretching from pretty much Vernon Parish through northern Jasper and Newton County, Tyler County, out toward College Station, Bryan, Killeen, Texas. And these are going to continue on toward the east. The hope is that we see a little bit of a southward progression to this, because if we don't, we're going to see these storms line up across the same area and create some really, really big issues with the flooding. So we're going to be watching that very closely and just kind of seeing how this all lines up. But it's all coming together right now. There are going to be, you can still see out here to the west, that's your upper level feature. So that's still way out here creating severe weather in eastern New Mexico. So we have a long way to go before this all gets through here. That's why we have not only the threat for the heavy rainfall and thunderstorms today, tonight, and into tomorrow morning, but we can do this again, have another round late tomorrow afternoon into the evening. Though I am, and we're going to be focusing more on the here and now. Recent indications, though, really showing that heaviest activity for tomorrow, again, is going to, and let me just pause things here, not to make it too confusing, but it's going to be southeast of like this line right here. That's where the highest chance for heavier rainfall. They've even moved the severe threat a little bit further to the southeast, and I say that's the Storm Prediction Center, and I'm seeing the same thing. So this is, again, tomorrow. I think that's our highest risk to see some problems tomorrow, but for right now, we are focusing on what we have in front of us, and that is a tornado watch until 10 o'clock for the southern half of the area, southern two-thirds maybe, and then we have that severe thunderstorm warning that is now ongoing here in Vernon, Rapides, and parts of Allen Parish. Let me take a look at the Lake Charles radar. And you can see there, getting a different view into the storm because we're going to get some we're going to have some, as the heavier rain moves over the Fort Johnson radar, that's going to create a little bit of attenuation. That's going to kind of calm down that signal so where we can't see things just to, you're going to see it pretty well with the power these radars have, but always better to take a look and make sure we don't have anything misbehaving here. Looks like there would be some hail potential with this in Leesville. Please do let me know if you see any hail, any crazy hail at my house in Anacoco. Okay, yeah, that's not surprising. So I wouldn't think it's going to be that big. And with losing, if we have these pink cores in here, that's one thing. Those black cores, that's when we start to get into the larger hail. Let me put this in motion, and I'll show you what we have here. That is the complex of storms that prompted the warning. These storms out here, not severe, but producing brief heavy rain. Let me see what I got here. 0.05. We can handle that. We cannot handle 3 to 5 inches of rain in a short period of time. And for now, at least, it looks like these storms have not really been training over the same areas, but that is the issue we're looking at later on this afternoon and evening and into the overnight. And what I'm going to do here, since this is a severe thunderstorm warning, since this actually, let me just take, before I jump off, I'm not going to jump off the stream or anything. Yeah, I don't see anything. There's no rotation visible in this in the mid-levels, really. Not seeing anything jumping out at me on any of this. So because of that, I'm going to take you on a little bit of a severe weather little show that I built. We're going to kind of take a look at things. And then I'll come back here and take a peek at that, and maybe we will then take a break or something like that. But let me jump to the show. Start with the convective outlook. Oh, you got a little sneak preview of the rain there. And this is, so this is going to show you your level 2 of 5, 3 of 5, and the 1 of 5 up here in the green, risk for severe weather. Up toward Monroe, not much of a severe chance. That real juicy air mass is not going to get up that way, so we are not going to see the severe threat stretching that far to the north. The worst of this looks like Vernon, Beauregard, Allen, Evangeline Parish, and then possibly even heading further east along I-10 later tonight. And here's we're just going to break it down by threat. They did expand that hail risk out a bit to the east, and I think that makes sense, especially given what we're seeing now. So a 15% risk of hail, larger than quarters, within 25 miles of a point, and your severe wind outlook showing that 30% risk. That's what's driving this enhanced level 3 risk, and that's going to come out again along I-10, that area that was hammered so hard just a few days ago, and then from south of Leesville toward Oakdale, Oberlin, those areas. That's where this threat is going to be highest. And then we have the 2 to 5% tornado risk within 25 miles of a point. We did see the tornado watch issued. Usually the floor for that is about 5%, so I'm thinking that this will be expanded in the next outlook. But there is that low-end risk for tornadoes. I think the tornadoes are largely going to be brief. I had thought that you know what we're going to do? I built this show really quickly, and that just started on me. So what I'm going to do is take you in, and we're just going to go through this. This model's not been perfect. So you can see it's already keeping the storms further south, but then it looks like we see that little nudge back toward the north. But just the general idea here is that somewhere there is going to be this parade of very heavy rainfall and storms, and then by 11 it looks like, hey, it's clearing out, and then look what happens here. We get more storms to develop in the wake of this system. There's one wave, possibly another coming out. I did not see that one coming. So it's going to be a busy night. It's going to be loud. I'm going to be here. I actually took a little nap, so I am ready to go until like 7 in the morning, and then I'm going to have to take a nap, I guess. But yeah, that's the storms that are moving through the area tomorrow morning, at least per this model. And then I will go. I just want to take a look at the cameras real quick as well. See what we have here. Looking out there in Alexandria, wet roadways, but that storm has moved on. Earlier, we had a really cool sky up in Gina, so let's see if we still have that. Yeah, it's still moving over, but that's what it looks like out there. Pretty threatening, dark horizon as we're looking out there through Gina, and then I am going to take you in to show you the rainfall amounts and the excessive rain. Oh, that was cool. There was a bird flying below us. That's how high that thing is. There's your high risk for flooding rain, and you can kind of, it's not an exact thing. It's not like you come across this and you hit the red and it gets better. But this is going to be your highest threat zone for the heaviest rain combined with the most saturated soils. So we have that high risk for excessive rainfall. That means the rain rates will exceed flash flood guidance, and we're going to see flooding problems. Out here, it's more like a 40 to 70% chance. Here, greater than 70% chance of flash flooding issues. And again, mainly tied to the fact that that's where we've seen the heaviest rain here in the last few weeks. And this is the updated look at the WPC forecast out of this. And again, southern tier of parishes, 5+ inches, very possible. 3 to 6 is kind of the widespread threat that I'm seeing, with lighter totals just up there north of us, north in the northern quarter of the area. They're north of Amani to Colfax to Jonesville line. You could see rain totals just a bit less than what we're going to see further south. But again, that model that I was looking at has been really consistent about keeping those storms further south. And as we were seeing there, the storms have not really been listening. Oh, please tell me I'm still alive. Had a little power surge there. Let me make sure. Okay, good, cool. Still alive. All right, awesome. So